Everyone, Terry Yarbrough again here at Obesity Cure. Thought I'd come on today and talk a little bit about calories and why eating a calorie deficit in the standard low-calorie diet doesn't work, and why it does work when you incorporate a calorie deficit with intermittent fasting. A lot of people think it's the same exact thing. It's just you're just starving and then eating one meal. That you can just do the calorie deficit all day in small meals, and it's the same thing. Well, first of all, we've been trying to eat less and move more for a long time, ever since we've sort of got fat as a nation. And that doesn't work. It never has worked. People lose a little weight, then they gain it back. This is what happens. So what's the difference? Say if you eat 1,700 calories, like I do, or 15 or whatever it is, and leave about a 300 calorie deficit. Why couldn't I just eat that 1,700 calories in small meals throughout the day? Theoretically, you can. See, the problem is your body needs a certain amount of energy over a certain period of time, the time it takes you to digest a meal. So if you eat, say, a 300 calorie meal, it's going to take you 4 or 5 hours to digest that, but that's not 4 or 5 hours worth of energy. You see, when you're fasting and you have low insulin or no insulin, you go into the fasted state where you're burning your body fat. Your body has access to hundreds of thousands of fat calories in which it can use to fuel the body. You take one bite of food or one caloric drink and your insulin goes up, and you no longer have access to that store of energy. So when you eat, the body then has to rely just on your food intake, your caloric intake in your food that you're eating. So if you eat a little bitty low calorie little salad, it's like 300 calories, and you're like, okay, I can eat again in 5 hours. Okay, your body's going to be starving, and now you can't access the fat. So where's it going to get its fuel from? It's not. And you're not really going to lose fat because now you don't have enough fuel. The body's going to be sending all kinds of information to your brain to eat. It's going to be making you want to crave food, and you're not going to be able to do anything but think about food, and you're going to want food, and it's going to be really hard to do because your body is in sort of an energy panic mode, and where it doesn't have the energy it needs to function because you haven't eaten enough food. When you eat, you're supposed to eat and get full. So that's why that doesn't work. When you fast and then you feast, you get satisfied, you get full, and everything's good. And then you're full, your body says, okay, I've had enough food, I'm good. And then you slowly convert back over into fasting after that. And it's natural and normal, and you don't have the cravings and you're not addicted to food. All that goes away when you fast, when you get good at fasting. Which leads to why the study, I'm only going to touch on this for a second because I already did it in the previous video, but that's why the study that says that you have a 91% chance of dying from heart failure if you do a restricted eating window. Same scientific people have been telling us to eat less and move more to lose weight. This is probably the 50s. See, the thing is, anytime you have a calorie deficit and it produces any type of weight loss, even if you're doing the multiple meals and you're suffering and just you're pushing through that horrible way to do it, it produces weight loss. The only way it does it is through fasting. So if you eat a calorie deficit during your waking hours, you go to sleep, you're going to go into a fasting state before you wake up. So intermittent fasting is just extending that fasted state for a longer period of time. If it killed us, we wouldn't be here as a species. we wouldn't be here as a human race, because the human race developed the ability to survive times with absolutely no food, where we're good at not having food and surviving. So for us to get good at that, we've had to have done it in our history, in our evolution. So any calorie deficit that produces weight loss has created a fasting time, usually while you're asleep. So you eat little bitty meals and you starve and you crave all day, and then you go to sleep sometimes hungry, and then while you're sleeping your body fasts. You finally quit feeding it and your insulin drops enough and you begin to fast, and then you wake up and you get on the scale and hey, I lost a pound, or I lost 6 ounces, whatever it is. So if that caused heart disease and heart failure and all that kind of thing, everyone who ever dieted would have had heart failure. I mean, it would be clear dieting causes heart failure. Low calorie diets cause heart failure. Intermittent fasting and low calorie dieting are the same thing. There's two sides of the same coin. You can't fast. Well, you can fast without doing low calorie, right? You can fast and then eat way too many calories and you're not going to lose any weight. But fasting and then eating a calorie deficit is the same as eating a calorie deficit and eating many, many meals a day. It's just harder. It's just harder to do it that way. It's just harder. Fasting and eating low calorie to lose weight are two sides of the same coin. You can't, I had debate with my wife about this. You can't eat low calorie and not fast at some point during a 24-hour period, because you're eating less than you need in a 24-hour period. That's what a calorie deficit is. So at some point you have to sleep. And in that sleeping period, you're going to digest a little bit of food that you've got and fast. You can't do it without fasting. So anyway, kind of rambled a little bit through this. I'm sorry. But it's the same thing. Low calorie dieting is the same as fasting if you're keeping a deficit when you're fasting. Now soon, and by the way, the weigh-in yesterday, 205.2 or 0.4. I forget, but 205. So I dropped a massive amount of weight in this last week. And I did wait an extra day to weigh in because I ended up having to work an extra day at work. But a massive amount of weight. What was it? 4 pounds. I lost 4 pounds. 4 pounds. That's crazy. I never expected it. So 2 more weeks, I'll be down to 200, which was my original goal. I'm probably going to go down to 190. Probably. I'm fine now. I'm good. I don't have to lose any more weight, but probably go down to 190. And when I do go down to 190, I'm going to start bulking. So that means I'm going to eat around 2,500 calories a day, 2,300. But those calories are mainly going to be through a really good high quality whey protein. I believe after my workout. I don't know if I'm going to do it before my workout or after my workout. They say it's really good to work out in a fasted state. So I'm going to do some research on it and I'll let you know what I decide, but I'm going to start trying to bulk. And you know, I've got pretty well tightened my arms up and stuff. A lot better than they were. They were flat out. They were just flat out. But so anyway, I'll update the video, let you know how that's going, and when I start bulking and stuff. I've done this stuff, and you can do it. You can do it. It's not hard. I'm not doing crazy amount of exercise. I'm not doing anything. Totally not. So you can do it, and just follow my my video, and let me know if you have any questions, and suggest this to your friends. Get people to subscribe to this channel. I'm almost just talking to myself here. Anyway, thanks much.